Hey guys, you ever listen to Cinephobe?
What's cinephobe?
It's the podcast where ascertain poorly movies. Um, Bryan, you brought this up before we were rolling. You asked, "Hey, if you could be on any episode of Cinephobe, which movie would you want to do?"
Ooh,
And so we've all been racking our brains here. Who would like to start with the movie that they would like to do on
since
Cinephobe?
since I'm the youngest, I'll go first. For
That's
me,
not true, but okay.
it would be the early 2000s classic. The early 2000s classic, the action comedy brought to us by the star-studded troupe of Eva Mendes, Mike Epps, and Ice Cube. And that is all about the Benjamins. Okay? I don't know if you guys watched this movie. Probably not. It's a black movie, but you guys should watch this movie because, hey, all about the Benjamins, baby.
I think I've seen 5 minutes of it on TNT
Yeah,
back when I was
It's a
in
TNT classic.
high school.
Takes place in Miami as well.
Nathan, what about you? What movie would you want to do?
Mine would be the 2006 horror movie Abominable, a sci-fi
Nice.
original.
No,
Let me make sure. I
I'm
believe.
sorry. That doesn't
Yeah.
count. That doesn't count.
Wait a second. Oh, you guys, I got the wrong movie here. Right, a sci-fi original absolutely counts. Why does that not count?
Those are supposed to be bad. Those are intentionally bad. They got budgets of like $10. Of course they're gonna be
Dang
shit.
it. I can't. I gotta find. It's not the right one. It's a
How about you,
different.
Ty?
There's,
Nathan, I'll filibuster for you.
and
How
you're
about
just
that?
gonna.
So for me, it's a movie that I watched on HBO Max. I want to say maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago. The 2012 horror Piranha 3 Double D. And boy, let me tell you, if you've ever listened to Cinephobe and heard them talk about gratuitits as a theme, let me tell you, you don't know gratuitits until you've watched
Tickle
Piranha.
bitties.
When was the last time you watched a movie that had full frontal nudity within the first 10 minutes? I'm talking like boobs, 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 and then boom, just unnecessarily, there's a fully frontal naked woman coming up out of the water for reasons.
Is that only a horror
I
movie
don't know.
trope?
It's you know, horror movies tend to lean on that. Just like anyone who is remotely sex positive or sexually active is likely to be killed. So
Yeah.
kind of, yeah. They're always like the first target for, like a Jason Voorhees or something like that, Michael Myers.
Who dies first, the sex positive character or the black guy?
What if it's a black guy who's having sex?
Positively.
Then he's a lock.
Nathan.
Nathan?
I mean, does my movie even count, guys? Because it's still going to be the sci-fi original Yeti Curse of the Snow Demon. 22% by the audience.
File.
A college football team on their way to the first ever bowl game in Japan crashes in the Himalayas only to be mercilessly hunted by a Yeti.
That's funny.
And see, I pick it because it's also different. It's a category of movie that they've done something like that. Troll 2 or whatever.
Yeah.
That would be in the Troll 2 vein.
That's not a sci-fi original though.
But it's in the same low budget B movie camp.
You need stars,
situation.
Nathan. I don't think
you
that
do
movie
not
has
need
stars.
stars. You
My
do not
movie's
need
got
stars.
David Koechner, Gary Busey, Ving Rhames, the Hoff.
Are there
Come on
titties in Yeti?
No.
Well, then
It's
that's
a TV movie.
Phobe. Instant phobe.
Allow me to get them lack of titties 2 thumbs down.
Hello and welcome. Yeah. Fans can't get enough. You fan Lebatardians out there saying, give me more. You're here. You've subscribed, right? You better subscribe, right? Because we're blowing up. We're the fastest growing Dan Lebatard Show fan YouTube channel. That's us, the Fan Lebatard Show podcast.
Daddy Nathan,
and we're here.
Can I have some more content, please?
Yes, you can. You can go to our YouTube channel and you can see how I put horror music under the Tua interview. And you can watch that and cut it up a little bit with a little horror music. The grief eater must feed, ladies and gentlemen. They didn't want Dan to go to Concussion Town, but you're not stopping the grief eater from going to Concussion Town. You can find that only on our YouTube channel. And you know, guys, baseball, right? It's going through a lot of changes. People have been talking about it, right? They got these different size bases. They've got a pitch clock. And I was thinking, if you could change the size of something in any sport by like a couple inches, similar to baseball, what would you change and why? I would change the size of the football. I'd make the football smaller, just a little bit smaller, right? You imagine you could get some real bombs going, more spectacular one-handed catches. I'm shrinking the football a couple inches. Because I think that's going to get it even more action. Tiny football.
Nothing makes you feel more like a Will Levis, Josh Allen type than throwing a small football, right?
It's like the old Michael Vick Experience commercial. Just hurling it out of the stadium.
Yeah, you feel like a guy.
Balls.
Yeah.
For me, it would be the size of the hoop in basketball. I think once a game, each team has a 30-second window in which they can go big hoop. The hoop triples in size.
For just 30 seconds.
For just 30 seconds, allowing teams to do things like full court shots, right? With greater ease. Could you imagine Steph Curry with an even bigger hoop?
He doesn't need that. That's unfair.
That's why I asked you to imagine it.
How's it work for like 30 seconds? Like if you turn it on and you're like, all right, I want my 30 seconds. Like, let's say you score, then the other team just keeps it for a possession. And like, you're basically just getting one possession. Or is it?
Well, like, basketball is a game of defense and offense. So if you want to maximize that 30 seconds, you better play some defense to get that ball back.
So, now we're talking like if you turn on your big hoop, does the other team like is their hoop turned bigger? So they each have separate. So
actually, you know what? I like that. When you activate yours, theirs also activates. Just like a coach's challenge. Sometimes how you gonna tell me about my shit that I want, Nathan? This ain't the Cessna Cyclones.
Brian,
this ain't the Cessna Cyclones. You can't tell me what is what. Nah, this is my choice. This is my choice. The hoop gets big for both teams. Therefore, both teams
shot clock. 8-second shot clock.
Both teams are now encouraged to score. Okay? The
You're
sizing of the hoop.
You're incorrigible, Brian.
You know what Nathan reminds me of? He reminds me of those people who ask you what you guys want to eat. And then every time you suggest something, he goes, "But why would you want to eat that?"
Does
Let me eat what I want. People are like that. People are like that all the time.
Name one.
Nathan.
Name two.
Nathan's brother, Matthew.
Yeah, you guys, if you remember the last
Eminem,
episode
Matthew
where I
Bama.
asked what we want to eat.
How about you, Ty? What would you change in sports if you could change the size of something?
I want to shrink the size of the golf holes to be just around golf ball sized. I want it to be kind of like one of those rigged carnival games where you can technically fit the ball in the hole, but like it has to be incredibly precise. I want people shooting 300s. I love watching a course absolutely tear apart professional golfers, and I think itty bitty tiny holes that are just golf ball size would be very funny to watch. Like watch them trying to putt at Augusta on those difficult greens with smaller holes. It'd be a riot. It'd be so fucking funny.
Nah, I'm not here for it. Let me get my Nathan on. That's a terrible idea because It's already a hard sport. You can't make a hard sport harder. This sport is this sport is so hard. The average athlete is still white. That's how hard this sport is. Okay? So you can't make it harder by do something like, how about making the racket in tennis smaller? Like that's a good, like that's, come on.
That's dumb.
That's pickleball.
How does that make sense?
I don't know. It's just better than what you.
This is your topic, Brian, and I feel like you're bringing a lot of negative.
It's not my topic. It's Nathan's.
It's my topic.
Oh, this is your topic, Nathan?
Yeah.
See?
Oh. Well, then Brian, continue to shit away.
How about you? How about you guys, fans? Let us know. Comment down below. Let us know, what would you like to change the size of in any sport?
5-star review.
Would
Wherever you listen.
What if you could change the size of anything outside of sports? Don't answer that question.
I would change the size of airplane seats.
To be smaller?
Bigger. Why would they be smaller? What is wrong with you? Why are you trying to make everything smaller?
Not everything.
To make you feel a little bit more comfortable? Wizard sleeves, huh? Everything's wizard sleeves to you, huh? No, that's why you're saying sleeves.
No, we will get to that. We will get to that, sir. That's a topic for later in the show.
Nice yawn, Nate.
Thanks. Yeah, that goes back to me not sleeping.
You can take a nap. Like we can pause. You can take a nap. A little nap ski.
Power through.
Nice. Energy. Speaking of energy,
drink.
What kind of energy do you guys have towards this recent onslaught of AI deepfake videos involving past, current, and maybe even future presidents? I've seen a couple float around. They were silly in nature, you know. They were playing Call of Duty, I believe it was, stuff like that. Yeah, what's your guys' thoughts on it?
It's the best thing the internet is doing right now. It's the best thing they've done in a long time, if we're being completely honest. We were having a very serious discussion about AI in our most recent episode, where it's
so serious.
AI, very dangerous. It's no good. This is how AI is meant to be used right here, to get George Bush, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, and Donald Trump playing basketball together and talking shit.
Or to convince you to leave your wife.
Or that. Now listen, if you could get Bill Clinton to tell me to leave my wife, I'd listen. I'm not listening to Sydney. Bill Clinton? I'd listen.
Why would you listen to him?
Leave your wife.
Hillary. Because he's a sex god, Brian. What are you talking about? He's a sex symbol.
He's a sex to whom?
An entire generation. What are you talking about? Why do you think an intern went and sucked his dick? Not
because he's the fucking president, not because he's a sex symbol.
He's a sex symbol because he was the president.
There's people
Brian.
There's people who would allow Donald Trump to grab them by the pussy. Is he also a sex symbol?
To a weird sliver of the country, yeah.
No.
He is.
Boom. Arbiter ruling. Bryan wins conversation.
Yeah. Obama. That's a sex symbol. That's a sexy motherfucker right there.
Oh, man. The little touch of gray.
Ooh.
Let me tell you.
Ooh.
Sure. President aged him, but it aged him the right way. You
like
feel
a
me?
fine wine. Bill Clinton.
Right.
I have a friend who I will not name, who has, let's say, a top 10 people throughout history they would want to bone, and she has Bill Clinton in her top 10.
AI Obama, you can slide into my DMs all day.
I don't know how this one person anecdotally generates this person as the catalyst for why.
There's a whole episode of Family Guy dedicated to it. What are you talking about?
When did that become the barometer of truth?
It's not the barometer of truth.
It definitely is.
It's big enough to warrant a national show doing an episode about it. It's clearly not just like a niche thing that no one thinks about or talks about. People want to fuck Bill Clinton. You might not want to fuck Bill Clinton, but people do.
No. Maybe it's because people I consider sensible don't want to fuck Bill Clinton.
I'm not saying these people are sensible. I'm just saying they exist.
So if there's enough people believing something, and that something is absolutely outrageous, that doesn't give that something volition if it's still outrageous. That's the current state we're in this country. Half the country believes the election was wrong. That doesn't mean that the election was wrong.
I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying it exists.
You're
this trying to deny it exists.
This is that Greg Cody shit.
You are trying to deny that it exists. The phenomena exists.
No, I'm denying that the phenomena. I'm denying that the phenomena is true.
Motherfucker.
I'm denying that the phenomena is true. There's a lot of people who believe that the government is killing us with chemtrails. That don't mean it's true. The difference between sanity and insanity is some of us can identify what is and what isn't true. That isn't true. Bill Clinton factually being a sex symbol isn't true. Prince is a sex symbol. Obama, sex symbol.
Fact.
Will Smith was a sex symbol.
Fact.
Jonathan Majors, sex symbol. These are
Fact.
Bill Clinton. What the fuck is wrong with that?
Bryan, I'm sorry that Bill Clinton wouldn't let you suck his dick. I'm sorry.
How did we get there?
It's clear you have some resentment towards the man. I think that's why.
No, I have resentment.
Down.
I have resentment.
He shut you down, Bryan.
That's not the appropriate way to have this conversation, Ty.
What do you mean?
You're operating disingenuously. I don't know if it's because.
What do you mean?
I don't know if it's because there's something with you being in your house, in the confines of your home, with no sleeves on, but a hat. I don't know if that's messing up the atmosphere. I don't know what's going on, but this version of Ty, beanie Ty, I don't know if I like this version of Ty. He's a little different.
All right, Nathan, you're the arbiter. Do I up and leave? Penalty box?
No, I don't think you got to up and leave to the penalty box, but I think you got to explain why you're dressed like this. You're coming up in here. You're going all hard. You're dressed hard. I have a beanie on because my hair's a mess because I didn't shower. I just woke up. I just got my hair wet and I went out the door. And now I'm throwing a beanie on because it's a mess up there, folks.
Am I not allowed to be cold, Nathan?
Two Americas. You're not supposed to wear hats in the house.
No, see, look, this is Bryan is exactly right. You're not wearing the beanie because you're cold, because you don't have the sleeves. You got the beanie for a vibe, and you're coming. You've come to the podcast. Is for the vibe. The tank top come is the hard. Vibe. No, a beanie has a vibe too. No, everyone knows a beanie has a vibe. You got a guy coming up to you in a beanie doing one thing. You got a guy in a baseball cap doing another thing. There's different vibes there. We all know the beanie vibe is someone where it's a little bit harder because they can get right up in your face with the beanie. Get right up in it. And you have been just hard up in here. You want people to talk about what in the world we would change for size when you know what the answer for every guy is going to be to that. You're coming hard.
Airplane seats.
See, that one affects everyone. I'm here thinking about the people. Why would I want to change my dick size? Like, my dick size is fine. I love it. I enjoy it. It's cool. But
for the ladies, Bryan, and international women's.
I don't got to worry about the ladies. I got to worry about the lady. All right, and she's fine. She's taken care of. Right. So I'd rather use my powers of the genie of size to help the general first world populace. Let's change the seat size on these airplanes.
Done.
Just like that.
Wish granted.
Booyah. So you guys aren't worried at all about these important people in these videos that are, I mean, people believed things that weren't true, such as Bill Clinton being a sex symbol, before there was actual factual proof of it. Now that you can have these things are somewhat convincing videos, audios of popular, influential folks saying things. I've even seen people, I've seen people do this with Rogan, and this is a problem when you have large swaths of audio ready to be accessed. So we should probably worry about this as well, folks.
Oh, yeah.
You guys aren't worried about this stuff possibly leading to some obtuse things going on in this current society?
Nope.
Just here for the memes.
Yep. Entertaining.
I only have time for the Dan Le Batard show, my kids, and creating analytics. That's all I got time for, guys. That's it. I don't have time to watch these AI generated things of George Bush and President Clinton and Barack Obama setting up a spawn trap on Call of Duty. I don't have time for it. I'm too busy. I'm too busy trying to figure out
Spawn trap.
yeah, I'm trying to figure out what is
Fucking
what is
campers.
trying to figure out what is Flores's PRB rate, his Pat is bad rate. Spoiler alert, it's not good.
If you guys had access to a computer powerful enough, because this deepfake technology does take a lot of processing power, if you guys had a computer powerful enough to process a believable AI doctored video involving members of the show, what would that video consist of?
That's a good one.
I would do one where Dan and Stu openly admit. And you know what I love so much about Dan Le Batard show? A lot of these things don't even sound like things they wouldn't do. Like they're so kind of obtuse in that sense where they might even be just doing it as a bit. But I would do a show where Dan and Stu, truthfully, because I feel like it's truthful, along with Mike Ryan in tow,
they truthfully do a fake video. So this is truthfully done but fake.
The thing that they're doing that's fake is something that is also true. See what I'm saying here? Right? Mm-hmm. So, like, yeah, they would...
A real within a fake. Fakeception.
There you go. They would do a show, 4-hour show, telling us, the listeners, why it is factually true that they made a mistake leaving ESPN for Chris Cody.
That's what you would have them do with your ability for...
They made a musical. Like, they do enough out there things where I don't got to waste it on something. I would rather get truth from it. Give me the truth. Because I know the truth. And I know it keeps some of them... That's why Dan's sleep schedule is so shitty. It keeps him up at night. He knows they made a mistake.
Nah, bro. They're like the Fast and the Furious. Family over everything. Wrong. That's what you want to have them do. Make a AI video. You know what? Speaking Fast and Furious, that's a good idea. You know what I would do? I would use AI to create the show in their own Fast and Furious one, where, spoiler alert, it starts with them at ESPN. And you know who they're racing against?
First Take.
No, they're not racing against First Take. They're racing against themselves. But themselves as who ESPN would have wanted them to be.
Oh.
But they could never be what ESPN wanted them to be, right? So it's Fast and the Furious 11. And the Furious 11. Billy Gill's Gone Wild. I don't know.
The mirror match.
And yeah, ESPN clones the Dan Le Batard show because, of course, they were making their podcast numbers go up, and they've got to race clones of themselves.
And the winner gets the rights to all the show sounds throughout the history of Dan Le Batard. I like it.
That's what I do, Bryan.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. And I want the truth. I want the truth. How dare I?
I know you want them to create an AI video about...
How about you, Ty?
From an article in Vanity Fair, the subtext was that the Clinton scandal had marvelously improved the president's aura. It made him seem so hot. And what I would have them do is that doesn't prove anything to me. I would have Roy do a Roy's Realm, because having a deep fake of Roy doing a Roy's Realm is the only way we're going to get a Roy's Realm moving forward. We got to use those deep fakes to bring back some good old segments.
Wow, that's a good one. It's a good take.
When you guys had Roy on, did you guys ask him about Roy's realm?
Yeah, we did a mini one and it didn't really take off,
Did you guys ask why there hasn't been any realms of Roy in recent
Because
times?
it seems like bits run their course, and Roy was felt that he'd done the bit enough. That was the feeling I got.
Yeah, that's about right.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
It was a good bit. Time to find someone new.
That's where the ball's being dropped, right?
On the bits.
What?
The replacing of the bits.
Oh,
I thought they had some great bits cutting in Francesa this week into their conversation today.
the whole
Or did
Zazzle-
you
Oh
guys-
yeah, that was
Are
good.
you
That
guys
was good.
behind
But is
him?
that a bit though? Like, is that a bit?
Sure.
Like, nah.
That feels like a one-off.
Yeah, that's more like a callback. Yeah, I am with Ty on that one. Like, do it more.
I think it's a bit because they repeatedly do that with Francesa sound.
But they haven't done. When was the last time they've done that?
Tom Brady. And then they did it with like some Kevin Durant sound. But probably, yeah, the last time they did, it's very similar to that was way back with Tom Brady. Shut up. Stay low.
The Laszlo
Say it to somebody.
bit was I think it was I thought it was too long, but for all intents and purposes, I understand why people like it. It was cool. Yeah, no, it's my thing is like with a bit, it needs to happen more often for it to be a bit. It can't be a bit of a bit because then it's just a bit, right? So, and that's where I think sometimes the show is dropping the ball. They have something good, like oh, that's fire, that's hilarious, and then we don't see it again. So it doesn't become a bit; it's just a bit. I want them to
I've got a bit of information for you, Bryan.
talk to me.
Princess Diana branded Bill Clinton as the sexiest man alive back in 1997.
And she was murdered for it.
Wow. Wow.
So I mean,
Yikes.
there's that one. You guys wax?
I don't. No.
Why do you think I'm sporting this sweet tank top right now? Because your boy got waxed for the first time ever yesterday, and I am feeling good. Fellas,
Where?
I got my entire back and shoulders waxed.
Let me see.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
You can see a little bit of the smoothness right there.
All I see is white pasty skin. It looks like poultry.
Exactly. What you were going to see was just a thick tuft of black hair, and now it's all gone. I'm as smooth as a baby's bottom, boys, and let me tell you, game changer. I highly recommend everyone go get waxed.
Why? What was the occasion?
Felt like it. I thought it would improve my my self confidence, and it did. I'm feeling spicy.
That was why you
feeling
couldn't
saucy.
record the other day. Something came up, guys.
Something came up.
Gotta
yeah.
wax my back.
Had to apply lots of lotion, because the thing is, when you get waxed for the first time, you get a lot of like bumps, a lot of irritation. Your skin's not used
Sounds
to that necessarily.
great.
No, but once you pop that shirt off, or your underwear, depending on where you get waxed for the first time, your pants, whatever you decide to get waxed, whenever you pop that off for the first time and you get a look at it, it's like, oh, daddy, like much better.
So you got a good look at your back then.
Yes. My back is tremendous looking right now.
Did the wife spur this change? Is this from her?
This is solely me.
You were just sitting there one day with your hand on your back, like, ooh, I got to do something about this. And then you got it waxed.
I've been sitting there with my hand on my back for fucking 15 years being like, I really should do something about this. And, being unemployed gave me the time to finally do something about it.
You started a dangerous cycle, Ty. It's going to grow back. Yeah, it's going to grow back thicker. And now, of course, you're addicted. You're addicted to
The smooth.
the feeling.
Now
You're
that's
gonna
true.
want that.
Oh, it's so smooth.
And you're going down a dangerous path.
What is dangerous about this, Nathan?
Is there enough wax for everyone, Ty?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I know I've already booked my 12.
You're gonna
upcoming 12
wax
sessions.
You're gonna wax your family right out into the streets.
No. Because when you buy more waxing sessions, you save. So see, I'm actually saving like 20%. When I bought 9 sessions, they gave me 3 for free. That's good value right there, Nathan. And I got these sweet lotions and exfoliators and stuff like that that are going to help with like ingrown hairs and stuff like that. Buddy, I feel great.
You know what?
Great.
You know what would have helped you?
What would have helped?
Having a back full of hair when you're out on the streets because you spent all your money on exfoliators that you wouldn't need unless you wax your hair. No. Like, what are you doing?
Spoken like someone who has never been a smooth boy.
Listen, the last time I attempted to move hair in a place
smooth boy.
That,
what a terrible choice of words.
What do you mean?
Yeah, that's
boy BOI, by the way. It's not weird.
The last time I removed hair from an area where it wasn't supposed to be removed was when I shaved my ass crack. And the resulting week of torture was not worth the removal of hair. The brief moment of smoothness I got between the butt cheeks was cool. It made my fart sound louder. Acoustically, it was pleasing. But when the growth came back, oh my God. Imagine smuggling porcupines in between your cheeks. That's what it felt like.
You played yourself, Bryan. Because shaving does that. It gets those coarse little hairs. Waxing takes it all up from the roots, baby.
No, but they have to grow back. And when they grow back, they are small, coarse little hairs.
But then you get it done again. And then the more you do it, the longer you can go in between sessions.
Sounds like an MLM.
Baby is science.
So this is why you're sleeveless, Ty.
Yes, because for the first time since I've hit puberty, I am not ashamed of my shoulders. So yeah, I'm feeling myself.
I can see that your arms were not waxed. Your arms are still hairy down below. So it was just your back. You're just just getting the back
and shoulders. You gotta start
back
small.
and shoulders.
Start small.
Your arm looks like a popsicle that was dropped on the carpet.
Not the chest though. The chest.
No, chest is still going strong.
Oh my God, that's
going strong.
Oh, Jesus, that looked crazy. Remember the Yetis you were talking about, Nathan?
Right here.
Yeah,
that's abominable.
Curse of the hokey demon.
See, you gotta have a sexy amount of chest hair. Like, you gotta have enough so that the ladies can play with it, but not too much where you look like you kidnap children.
Bryan, it looked like you just like pasted pubes onto your chest and
not at all.
Chest hair.
Not at all. Listen, as you can tell, I'm not the one covering my hair. I'm not the one that has a bare face like a Unabomber. My hair game is where my hair game needs to be, but it's also where my hair game needs to be. And where my hair game needs to be is in between my ass cheeks. That's where the hair needs to be. On my back, that's where the hair needs to be. I don't got that much back here. Maybe it's because I think it's the Anglo-Saxon part. Y'all tend to grow more hair in areas like that protects you from the guilt. So like your back, your arms, ears, so you can not hear the crimes against humanity. In between your toes as you step on the backs of those that came before you. That type of shit.
That's next.
What are your guys' thoughts on the Cody bathroom etiquette? Because I'm thinking, what is going on with that family? You got Greg Cody credit carding his butt when he's out of toilet paper. You got Chris Cody too scared to ask a neighbor for toilet paper when he needs it, that he's just going to wipe with his underwear. Like, what is going on with their bathroom etiquette here? You waddle out, you get some form of paper, right? I recently experienced this when I had to poop at work and there's no toilet paper. and I had to do it with the paper towel, which was maybe a bad choice. I could understand underwear from the standpoint of it's going to be a little bit gentler, but it's just too like, what do I do with the underwear
Do
then?
you poop on the little kid
Like-
toilets? Like, how does your bathroom
No,
toilets look?
dude, they have regular toilets that are just for staff at a school, Brian.
And not stocked
we
with
don't
toilet
go
paper.
into the kids' bathrooms.
Okay.
Easy
But
days.
what is going on with the Cody bathroom etiquette here? That wiping with their hands, wiping with their clothes.
I mean, it's not surprising that they're wiping with everything but toilet paper. I mean, Chris Cody's been wiping his ass with the Cyclones for 3 seasons now.
Wow. Which, this has gone too far. You guys go and you say your crap. You talk yours.
You say you're crap.
You talk your crap on God Bless Highlight, and then you bring it over here. And you
He's
know
your
what?
comeback.
I would love to have Chris Cody as the owner of the Tennessee Titans, because they've got a championship, another repeat, and the Titans look like we're ditching our best linemen. We're rumors on the street that Derrick Henry's on the trading block, and what are we going to do? And here, the Cesta Cyclones go through one tough patch in the 3 seasons that they've been. This is the first and only tough patch. And what do you two fans do? You dump them.
Nathan,
You
who's the best wide
dump
receiver
them
for
right
the,
in
for
the
the Titans?
crapper. The best wide receiver for the Titans.
Derek Mason.
Yeah, I mean, bring him out of retirement. I can't even Burks.
No,
That's,
right now.
Right now, yeah, it's probably Burks if the guy could be healthy and stay on the field. Either that or it's Bobby Trees.
So you want him to have an 8.8% drop rate with Chris Cody as your manager? That's a weird winning strategy, Nathan.
Listen,
That's a
you
weird
take
strategy.
this whole. You take, I don't know what his drop
And no
rate is. It
toilet
could
paper
be-
in a whole arena. No toilet
Yeah, that
paper in a
too.
whole arena.
That too.
What is?
I just think it's weird that these are grown ass men who don't look at the amount of toilet paper before they sit their ass. First of all,
That's fair.
why are you sitting your bare ass on the toilet on the bowl?
It happens, Brian. It happens. All right. Sometimes you really got to go, and you're working. This happened to me right after school was over, and I had like 20 minutes of touch and go, crop dusting some of my students. Sorry.
Pink eye everywhere.
Just being like, hey, I think that was him over there. 20 minutes, because the work's almost done. I'm not calling the office to be like, hey, can somebody come sub for my class? Because I gotta drop the Browns off at the Super Bowl, right? So then it's emergency time when school's over. You still play it cool. You get your kids out of the class just like normal. Say, see you guys later. You got to stall a little bit, make it look normal. You don't just beeline to the bathroom. Then you go to the bathroom, and then it's go time. I don't have time, right? By the time sit down, things are already happening, and everybody's been there. You're telling me, Brian, you've never been there where you've sat your butt down and there's no TP.
I've never, ever sat my ass on a bare public toilet seat.
You're one of those and never public pooper.
That's not what I said. I said
You're a squatter?
hell no. I said I've never sat my bare ass down on a public toilet seat.
So you're doing the thing where
So
like, you
you're
take
not a
toilet
public
paper
pooper.
and
I'm
you
a
put it
layerer. I'm a layerer. In
Okay,
the
but
act
that
of
has-
layering, what are you doing? You're playing with the tissue. You have the tissue in your hands. You're judging how much tissue you have.
Brian,
if you're in a
I feel like
situation,
People like you, Brian, are exactly why when people like Nathan have an emergency, they go to sit down. There's no toilet paper left.
It's
You
not
use
an
it
emergency.
to cover the seat.
Your fault.
because your bowels are weak.
You can't get sick from your butt.
Okay, but you can get herpes.
You can't get sick from your butt.
Here's how it works. Ty goes, you know what? I like this back waxing thing. I want to extend it. Oh, I'm gonna start waxing my butt because you know his butt cheeks are hairy.
I
as
just
shit.
felt
If his
also
if his if his
President
if his
AI
if,
thirst
if his
trap.
chest looks like this, his ass cheeks look crazy. So he
It's
goes in.
wild.
I'm gonna wax my ass cheeks. He waxes
How
ass
loaded?
cheeks. Guess what? One of his little things is infected. He got a little pupil, a little puscle on his butt cheeks. He ain't tell you he also got motherfucking mesothelioma. So he sits his bare ass on the toilet, and then in comes me like, ha 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 ha. I sit my bare ass on the toilet. Guess what? Mesothelioma cheeks. That's how you get it. Nah, I'm not. No, that's nasty. That is nasty. Control your asshole, bro. Control your asshole. You young. You're younger than me. You're 23. You should be able to control your asshole. You need sphincter strength. How you ain't got sphincter strength? You in San Francisco, San Diego with no sphincter strength.
Me?
Shoo.
I'm like almost the exact same age as you, Brian.
You ain't got the same sphincter strength.
This is
Yo.
one of the dumbest conversations the show has ever had.
How low did that wax go, Ty? How low back did you get waxed?
For the first time in 15 years, I can now see my tramp stamp.
How much wax did they use?
Not that much.
Did it hurt?
I mean, it was a little uncomfortable. It wasn't so bad though. It mostly hurt when they were like going around the ribs and stuff like that. That was a sensitive area, but other than that, didn't hurt too bad.
You got hair on your ribs?
Like towards the back, yeah, like where your ribs come in your back.
How much Cro-Magnon DNA you got in you?
I am a hairy motherfucker, Brian. I am dense.
So if I took a rubber band and went like this on your arm, it would murder you?
Yeah, probably.
Damn.
So you've definitely pooped your pants then, right, Brian?
Me?
Yeah, since you're taking this whole
I've never
before you're able to set your butt down. Because tell you what, 35 years young over here, and I've never gotten sick from my butt.
Huh? That's because you take precautions. I
just pull the pants down and I pop it right down on the seat. Maybe
Nathan's raw dog in those toilets.
Maybe a preliminary wipe. If I've made it, I mean, it's always a preliminary wipe if I've got the time for it.
When was the last time Mrs. Menema played with your butt?
There's no butt play.
Exactly, because your ass is nasty. Nasty ass butt cheeks. Listen to me. I haven't had any poop my pants situation since I was probably a child. I have had oopsies where, you go to some flatulence.
What if it's an emergency, Brian? Are you still putting down?
Emergency is a over-the-counter topical mouth chew to help with vitamin C. Listen, there is no such thing.
He's floundering.
It's your butthole. How can you not control your butthole?
Your butthole doesn't touch the seat.
That's true. How are you sitting on the toilet,
unless
Brian?
you got a big old
You're not going to the bathroom
Brian?
because of your butt cheeks. You're going to the bathroom because of your butthole. Your butthole is about to release stuff, waste, fecal matter, excrement. That's what your butthole's about to do. So what I'm saying to you is if you can control your butthole to give you enough time to lay down a nest, you can then proceed to use the bathroom like an adult.
Brian's playing the game where he wants to sit on the toilet, but for 30 seconds, his butthole expands to 3 times its normal size. Steph Curry comes out of the sink and just starts raining buckets into his asshole.
Downtown.
How's this going?
I think it's going as smooth as your back.
Hey. Nathan, how are you? How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, other than, just disappointed being an hour late to work today.
Is that something that sticks with you for a while?
No, it stuck with me this morning, but I've moved on.
Don't sound like
it. Come tomorrow, whatever. Just won't do it again. Although, let's see. Am I going to start grinding tape again tonight? Do I want to grind tape and pull footage to make another promo? Because I do want to make a promo for the Monday matchup.
You should make one for the Wall Warriors, baby.
I do. I have scripts in my head I've got a script in my head that I just got to put down for the Rebote Renegades. I got one for the Wall Warriors. I got one for the Dejada Devils. It's a lot of work to pull the footage and put it all together.
Next to Manny and Manu, you're the third hardest working Cesta Cyclone.
I am the hardest working Cesta Cyclone.
Glamour Magazine in March is going to.
Although nope, I take that back.
That
I'm
says
not.
Bill Clinton
I'm not
is the sexiest politician alive.
I'll take number 3. I'm not harding worker. Or I'm not harding worker.
I'm not hardy worker.
Then because I see Manu hitting up the ice bath, which it was a well-deserved ice bath after the last game. Guy was, again, if you saw it, the announcers described it as disgusting. Filthy.
Almost as disgusting and filthy as laying your bare ass on a public toilet seat. Let us know,
Folks,
fans. Do y'all publicly poop with bare cheeks? And if so, why?
It's a
'Cause you
good sign
can't
that we
get
would
sick.
like to remind you to subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you can get all sorts of quality content like this. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube exclusives, wherever you get podcasts. If you're listening to this right now and you have not closed out of this episode, you're a fucking champion. Because let me
Yeah.
tell you,
If you'd like to grind battle court tape with me, I do. There is someone who I sent the spreadsheet to. He's like, I'd love to help you out and do it. Well, I got to follow up with him. I might have a unpaid intern who helps me grind tape to create these analytics, if I'm ever going to get that name right. Do you like to grind?
That's why I keep my butt cheeks so clean.
Because you like to grind?
Yeah, you can't grind with dirty butt cheeks.
Okay.
Facts. And that'll do it for us, folks.